Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I picked up some new stuff today and I wanted to go ahead and take a video of me using it for the very first time. Dun 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 dun! I got my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I'm so excited. And then I also picked up BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel. If you guys have not watched either of these two ladies, they are absolutely amazing. Definitely get some tips and tricks from them. So again, Jaclyn Hill and Carli Bybel. And then I also picked up Tarte BB Tinted Moisturizer. So I'll be using this today in this video. And so here is the look that I went for. Again, I picked up some new stuff, so I just wanted to test some of the new colors out, and yeah, so let's get started, and here we go. First, I go in with Itworks toner to prime my face. I also use this as my setting spray. I love it. It is so moisturizing that I'd rather just use this over any of the other primers that I've actually tried out. So next I start off with using the Tarte BB Tinted Moisturizer. This will be the first time that I am applying this in this video, so I did not use this previously. So when I first started applying it, I was not sure that the color was going to actually match. I freaked out a little bit. But it actually blended extremely well and it matched perfectly. So that was definitely one of the concerns I had when I first put it on. I love Tarte. Their makeup is definitely good quality. Love that it's cruelty free. And I also love that with my eczema, it doesn't dry out my skin. Because of my eczema, I am unable to use a ton of different products. I have to actually research and do like reviews and stuff on people who have dry skin. And so I try to go off of what other people say, you know, based off of their skin and everything. And it's like drop my brush in this video. That's why I'm smiling. So after I applied my BB cream, I went in with my pressed powder in my Ofra palette. It's just a light powder that I put over my BB cream. This BB cream actually did have good coverage without being too heavy, as a BB cream should be. So again, I'm going in there with my pressed powder in my Ofra palette, my foundation palette. And I'm just brushing a little bit of powder over the BB cream. So I picked up both of these new palettes probably an hour before I filmed this video. I wanted to honestly give you guys a first impression. I know some of you, probably most of you, have tried the Jaclyn Hill palette, or have it, or again have gone to the store and tested it out, but I just wanted to try it out. I have never used it before. And then again, I picked up BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel's Deluxe Edition. It has 21 color eyeshadows, and then it has the highlighter palette as well. And then I also have my BH Cosmetics eyeshadow and blush palette that I'm using. I didn't know what look I was going for as far as what color I was gonna do, if I was gonna do just something very neutral, if I was gonna do something very bright. And so I kind of just stared at them and started filming this video and just decided to go with it. So yeah, as you can see. So I'm definitely not tech savvy. I just downloaded some video apps because I was so anxious to start experimenting with some makeup and kind of just sharing my passion with you guys. So some of this editing is not the best, but I promise that I'll start learning, because I'm having so much fun just sharing this with you guys. So yeah, as you can see, I decided to go with my favorite color, purple. I'm using the purple, which is actually called Royalty. Ooh. In the Jaclyn Hill palette. I love purple so much that I was like, you know what? First color I'm gonna use is gonna be purple. So I just went with it. I didn't do anything too dramatic. I definitely wanted to do something that you guys can even wear on an everyday like look. Just because something super bright doesn't mean that it's just for going out or, you know, a special occasion. So I'm gonna show you what I decided to do. I am so clumsy. I dropped a few of my brushes, so after I dropped my brushes, I went in with the color Abyss, which is a matte black, and I added just the tiniest bit to the outside of my lid and just kind of blended that inward. I tend to blend inward just because when I was blending outward, I was getting all of that color down my cheek and onto where I would later be highlighting, which I found made my highlighter not very good. So again, the tiniest bit on the outside, and then I blend in a circular motion, and I tend to blend more towards the middle, but be very careful when you're using, especially with any sort of dark colors, when you are blending towards the inside of your eye. Be careful, because that tends to be where you're also placing a lighter color. So just be aware of that. When you're working with darker colors like I am in this video, you guys don't be afraid that you put on too much, because you can always blend it out. So just remember that. After I do my eyeshadow, I go in with my beauty blender. First, I dampen it with my toner. I spray a few spritz onto the beauty blender, and then the tiniest drop. I'm using Tarte's Creaseless Concealer, and when I say tiny, I mean like the tiniest drop on your beauty blender, and it goes a long ways. So I'm just applying this under my under eye. That's where I tend to get my redness from my eczema. You can also apply this on any of your red spots or any of your dark spots on your under eye, any sort of imperfections, acne, things like that. I do not suggest covering up if you are having a breakout. I know people have a hard time not covering up, but I will tell you that the more you cover up something that is breaking out, it's just going to take longer for it to clear out. So just sometimes give your face some air, let it breathe. So I am just dabbing dabbing slowly with my beauty blender just to blend out that concealer. And then after I blend out my concealer, actually I did go in and I added just a little bit more. And I used a different brush just to go ahead and blend that out. And then after that, you will see me press in. Instead of brushing out that concealer, I tend to actually press it in and let it actually sit into any of those bags or fine lines or anything like that. Then I go in with my LA Girl Pro Powder and I set my concealer. Even though it is a creaseless concealer and I don't find that it creases, I like the look of setting my concealer. It gives more of a matte look. I let it sit for about 5 minutes. At that time I just go in and I fill in my brows, which I just started doing maybe a couple months ago. But before doing my brows, I just go in and I double check my eyeshadow, but because I'm doing more of a dark shadow, the powder that I'm using to set is a loose powder and sometimes tends to get on my upper eyelid after doing my eyeshadow, so I just double check that. For my brows, I'm using Ardell's brow palette that I picked up at Cosmoprof. I tend to find that it works good for me. Again, I just started doing my brows, so haven't really experimented too much. After my eyebrows, I go in with my face brush and I just brush off all of the excess powder that I use to set my concealer. Again, it's a loose powder, so you just want to double check your eye shadow like I'm doing here. I spent a lot of time doing my eyeshadow, so I want to make sure that I don't have a bunch of setting powder just chilling on my eyes. After that, I go in with the Carli Bybel highlighter palette and I use the bronzer to bronze my cheeks. It is very pigmented, and when I first applied this, again, I'm using all of this stuff for the very first time to show you guys. I was freaking out a little bit. I thought, oh my gosh, this is way too dark. I have to wipe off all of my eyeshadow all of my face when I'm so happy with my eyeshadow right now. But I decided, you know what, just keep blending, and eventually it'll all work out. So blend away. And as I continued to blend, it actually blended so well that I didn't have to try to take off any of that excess color that I thought was going to be too dark. And then after I got done blending my bronzer, I went in also with Carli Bybel's palette, and I just used the tiniest bit of that brown, now that I knew how dark it was, just to contour a little bit of my nose, which again, these are all new things that I'm trying out. So as bad as this lighting was, you'll see towards the end that I was able, actually, I can't even talk. I was actually able to blend out all of the color well enough to where it actually looked like it was supposed to, even though I thought I was gonna have to wipe off my entire face of makeup just to redo this video. Okay, I worked through it, guys. I got through it. Next, you're gonna see me apply, that highlighter. Look at that. I'm also using the highlighter from the Carli Bybel palette. I apply with a smaller brush just to kind of place the highlighter, and then I go in with a different brush just to kind of blend that all out. And again, the lighting in my bathroom is horrible. I'm actually working on getting together my my vanity and my entire spa room, so hopefully I'll have some better lighting for these videos, but I'll take some better photos towards the end so you guys can actually see like the final look of this. After my highlighter, I use my fan brush to grab a little bit of the blush that I have from my Ofra blush palette, and I place just a little bit on my cheeks just to give it a little bit of color. Obviously the bronzer gives you guys that natural glow. Well, I shouldn't say natural, just gives you that beautiful glow that we're always going for. But I do add a little bit of that blush just onto my cheeks, and I kind of just fan it out because I don't want it to be too bright on my cheeks. After my blush, I go in with my Revlon liquid eyeliner to do my eyeliner. And again, the editing of this video, it was hard to kind of crop it, and then I got closer to the mirror to actually apply my eyeliner. So I'll be adding some more videos as far as how I do my eyeliner and my brows, but for the sake of this video, it was really hard to try to edit in and out of the eyeliner process, so I do apologize. Here I'm using Lancôme's Monsieur Big Mascara. I've never tried this before, so I actually bought it from Sephora. I got it as a travel size just to kind of test it out and see if I liked it. And I'm actually really liking it. I've always been drugstore Maybelline mascara, and I have to say that I will probably continue to stick with Maybelline's mascara. Again, there was nothing against this, but I just love me some Maybelline mascara. So as I'm applying my my eyeliner, I know you guys can't see because I'm all over the place and I didn't know how to crop this video correctly. But I apply a little bit of my mascara onto my eyelashes before doing my eyeliner, just because I tend to find that when I'm doing my eyeliner and I don't have anything on my lashes, I tend to sometimes grab the lash and then it messes up my eyeliner. So I don't know if anybody else has this issue, but it's just a little trick that I do. I apply just the tiniest bit of mascara onto my lashes, then I apply my eyeliner, then I go back in and I finish up with doing my actual mascara. after my mascara, I grab just a little bit of eyeshadow and I place it under my bottom lashes. I do not apply eyeliner to the bottom lid, so I just go in with whatever color that I was using for my eyeshadow. So here it is a purple, as you guys saw earlier, that I was using, and I just place a little bit of that color just to kind of tie in my eyeshadow, and again I place that under my bottom lid. Apply a little bit more mascara to the bottom of my lashes, and I challenge anybody to look cute while they're trying to put on mascara, because I have tried to keep my mouth shut while putting on mascara, and yeah, it just doesn't even work. So yeah, I challenge you, post a really cute picture of you applying mascara, please. Then I go in with my translucent powder and I just place that over all of my face. I do not like a dewy look. Again, it's all personal preference. So that is why I add the translucent powder over, because it is so light. It does not make an extra layer and make my skin feel extremely heavy like I have a ton of makeup on. But again, I just place that to mattify my look. And my final step is I use my Itworks toner to then just set all of my makeup. And I do that before my lipstick, actually. As you can see, I was being indecisive with my hair, up, down, up, down. But after I set my face is when I go in with my lipstick. Here I'm using Ofra's lip liner, and then I go in also with Ofra's lip gloss. I haven't experimented too much with their lipstick or their lip liner. I really enjoy Ofra's makeup. It is what I used in school, and I will actually continue to use it. So this is the first time that I'm actually applying the lip liner and the lip gloss on myself, and I have to say that it did smell a little funny, but it kind of smells like that when you're like a little girl and you have that lipstick that your mom lets you play with. Yeah, it kind of smells like that, but very moisturizing and long lasting, so that was a plus. So here is the final look after using my Jaclyn Hill and Carli Bybel eyeshadow palettes, as well as my Tarte BB cream for the first time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Continue to please watch, as I will be uploading hopefully one a day. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.